Hello! Do you want a creative wallpaper that in the best case will switch over time? If you're working on a Mac, then that's exactly what you find in this video. And in addition, I have a bonus tip on creating really nice stuff with Photomosh. So let's start. Okay, now I want to start to create a wallpaper. But for the wallpaper I need to know the size of my screen, and the easiest way to know this is to create a screenshot. And here in the Mac I can create it with Command, Shift and 3. And then I get a screenshot for all of my attached screens. So in this case I will get 2 screenshots. And these screenshots get saved on the desktop. Okay, and now I can open the screenshot via a right click and go to open with. Because this is a standard system and I created the system from scratch for my English YouTube channel, I have to reset and set up all of the parameters. So in this case PNG images will get opened defaultly with preview, but I want that they get opened in Photoshop. So I will go to the info tab and here I can say, okay, I want to open all and every PNG with Photoshop, and now I can say change all, and yes, I want to open everything in Photoshop, and I see that's the wrong one, so I have to open this image. So double click on the image. I want to convert to my working space, that's sRGB in this case here in Photoshop, and now I have opened the image in Photoshop, and with the shortcut Command Option and I can see the image dimensions of my screen. So this screen is 4K and you see it like here, and I can say okay. So this is a 4K screen, so everything is cool and I can start to create my wallpaper. I don't need the original background, so I will fill this layer 1 with the foreground color, and that's Option and backspace. So I have a blank and black layer, and on top of this I want to create some text layers. So I switch to the text tool, shortcut T, and here I will enter my name, and with Command T I can size it bigger like this, and now I want to have it exactly in the middle, and the fastest way is to go to the Move tool, Command A to select everything, and now I can go to the option bar and align this stuff horizontal. So perfect. Now the next step is to copy this down, also with the Move tool and the Option key held down. I can copy this here vertically, and here I go in and say education and content creation, or because it's my name, educator and content creator. And also via Command T I switch to the free transform and scale it smaller, Command A, V, and align it to the middle, and now I move it a little bit up. Okay, and the last step is to create another copy, and here I will enter my address, martindörsch.com, Command A, V, and align to the middle. So to be a little bit better inside the layers, I will rearrange it like this. So the topmost layer is on top, then educator and content creator below, and the URL on the bottom. Okay, now I want to start with this, and before I can start to create the wallpaper, I save this file as a PSD file, and I will save it temporarily to the desktop, wallpaper, Martin Dörsch wallpaper, and click on save as Photoshop file and on save. And now I want to have an file to work with, so I go to export, export as, and here I can export this as JPEG and with the quality on create and the copyright and sRGB, export also to the desktop. The shortcut is Command D to go to the desktop, and here Martin Dörsch wallpaper, save. And now I don't need Photoshop anymore. I can close it like this, and the screenshots I can also delete, so Command backspace to delete, and here are my 2 files. So first of all, the PSD file, here are all the layers and I can read through and see if I have a misspelling or anything else. No, that's okay. And on the bottom, the JPEG to work with. So, and now it's the way how can I create a wallpaper. The easiest way is to right click and say set as wallpaper. Right click, services, and here I have the option to set desktop picture. And when I click on it, I have the JPEG set it up as background. So that's cool, but it's a little bit dangerous because if you move your images after you set it as wallpaper, then the Mac system will lose track of it, and it could be that you don't have the wallpaper set up next time you log into your account. So what I will definitely recommend is search a destination where it's good to have your wallpaper stored. And in my case, it's the home, and after that the pictures. And here I will create a new folder called wallpapers. And inside this folder, I will create another folder called randomized black. And there I can throw in these two files. And now I will go to services again and set as desktop picture. Okay, now I have a desktop picture on this screen. If I have more desktops, like I have here, I just have it on the first screen. But I want to add a little bit more dynamic and interactivity. No, not interactivity. I want a wallpaper that switches over time. And for this, there's an app, and this app is called Dynaper. So for dynamic wallpaper. And herein I can throw multiple files and create the time when the wallpaper should switch. But right now I just have one JPEG, so I have to create some more JPEGs. And for this I open the wallpaper again, and now I create a new solid color on top of my background layer. And here I can dial in any color I want, but I will start with my brand colors, so C7 D300, and that's the first background. And I will save it again, so export, save as, and create, yes, and export this to my desktop. And if you export it more often with these settings, you can go into the preferences, and inside the preferences you have the export tab, and here you can create or define how you want to export. So JPEG, 100% on the quality, ask each time, copyright and contact, convert, yes, yes, that's okay. So now I can switch the colors, and I will just turn the hue wheel and go to a blue like this. Press OK, and let's go and export this. So no, I just want to export it with the quick export. There's no shortcut right now. So to my desktop and wallpaper blue, double click on the color, and let's go with an pink over here. Quick export as JPEG, pink again to the desktop, and then a red one is a little bit hard on the screen, I would say, but yeah, for the sake of the fun, I will just export this as JPEG again, and a red one. I had a typo, but it's not that bad, and yeah, an orange one. So file, export, quick export to the desktop, and again, orange. Okay, now I can save it and close Photoshop again. So, and I will create the second folder inside the black Martin Dörsch black folder, and inside this folder I will throw in all my colorful background images, or I rename it to color, and herein I want to have my JPEGs, and let's fix this typo over here, and that's the green one. Okay. And the black one can go in as well. So I copied by the Option key. So, and now I can select all of these images and drag and drop it inside my Dynaper interface. And here you see the time. And this is the time when the images are switching. So I want to have in the morning a cold one, and over the day the green one, and in the evening more the warm ones. And you can also go to auto suggest, and here you see how these are switching. But I want to go in and do it manually. So at 4 AM, or let's start at 1 AM, I want to have it blue. Then at 9, let's say, green. At black at, let's say 20. Okay. 9 at noon, or in the afternoon it could go to orange, let's say it's 16, orange. And then at 6 in the evening, and after that a little bit of violet. And now I have my color set up, so the time for the color. Now to save this stuff, I want to save it inside my colors. So this was a nice trick. I can drag and drop the image or the destination folder inside the save as folder. Then I have to switch the colors or the name like this, color, and press on save and use this ending that's here. So here is my project saved, and now I can export as an heic, and again to the same location, export, and it's now ready. So this image is my interactive wallpaper, and I can set it in the same way over the services, set as desktop picture. And when I click on it, the Mac system will choose the right color depending on the time. If you open this with the preview, so open with preview, then you see the different images that are stored inside the heic file, and so you can see what's inside this heic image. But you can always open the Dynaper project to work with it. First the easy stuff, and now the creative stuff, and for this I use Photomosh, and Photomosh is really an excellent tool to be creative, to have a little bit of randomness inside your images, and this is definitely the better way or the more creative way to create stuff that's not 100% under your control. And from time to time, this is really a nice thing to get your brain working and to start with creative ideas. So let's start with it. Okay, so I have here my JPEG. I will create a folder in advance and Photomosh. Okay, I will open Google Chrome because it's faster for this, photomoshed.com, and go to the website, and here you can load an image or create an image from your webcam. But I will use my app because I have Photomosh Pro on my machine, and so I will open Photomosh Pro, and that's Photomosh, just loading, and you can drag and drop this image inside Photomosh, and Photomosh is working like this. You have the interface in the middle. I will close this over there, and on the right side you have different presets or different effects. Right now nothing is activated, but I can just activate this over here, and now you see that you have a decimate, and the decimate has a lot of properties what you can change. So I can go less or more, I can colorize this stuff or not, and if I want to have one frame, and you see now that's the random factor, then you can press on the save button, and so this image gets processed. But right now I cancel out of it. You see I get an MP4, and that's because I'm in the movie mode. So just switch over to the photo mode, and now I can click on the save button, and you see you get a PNG with exactly this frame that you pressed onto the save button. So you don't really be in control of it. You can just try to mosh it. In the settings, you have also a few settings. You can decide which size do you want to have, and I want to match the input. And here you see the input is 4K because I throw in a 4K image. And now it's better, so I will delete this again. And now press on save. And I have the moshed image over here. A cool stuff is also that you can click on the mosh button, and Photomosh will automatically decide which of these effects will get used for this. So you can just click a few times like this. Yes, save this, and it will go on all of the settings that are activated right now. So I really love the jitter, but I don't need everything else. So what I will do is to click a lot on this axis, and now I will deselect or deactivate the other filters. And when I now press on mosh, it will just mosh or randomize these settings. And so I can try other stuff. I can say, okay, how much should the image be moshed? And this, the jitter, is one of my definitely favorites. So speed down, angle like this, amount could be bigger. And now I can press a few times on save, and every image gets saved out of this. If you want to save this as a preset, you have the possibility to press on the plus over here, and you can say, okay, that's jitter. I call this MD jitter, like this. And now I can also add other filters over here. So if I want to have a shake, I can go to add FX shake and go to the plus. And now I have the shake also inside this effect. Here the shake isn't that good. I want to have the soft glitches added, and now I have soft glitches, but I can also deselect the jitter, and then I have just the soft glitches. And here I have the speed and the amount, and I can just say, okay, now I want to save this. If I have two effects activate right now, I can go to the mosh button, and now the mosh button will combine these two effects. And so I can see if I find something cool right now and just save it out like this. Okay, so let's go to pixelate and add pixelate. And here in the pixelate, you have the amount. You can say, okay, how much do I want to have the pixelate effect over here? And how big should the pixels be, or how much pixels do I want to have? Like this. And then I can deselect the jitter as well. But so it's cool. So let's press on the save, like so. Halftone, add halftone, and save. Deselect the mosh, and the scale, because it's white, I don't see anything. So I have to go to, let's say, color correction, add a color correction and throw it on top of halftone. And now I can go down with the brightness and the contrast, just scale this like so, and go on and save. And I can also activate the jitter and see this is looking better, like this, for example. And now I have another great or crazy, or how you want to define, image over here. To be crazy again, I will go back to default and say I want to have everything, and now just press a few times on mosh so you see what this app is capable of and what's doing. So let's try different stuff like so. And if you want to change some of these parameters, you can always go in and save it, and after that go to mosh. And if you want to go back, you can go with Command C to the last effect. So if you have pressed mosh a little bit too early, then you can go back and save it. Like here I have a glow, I think. Yes, that's the glow. Glow amount is really big. And the grain. Here with the grain, be cautious, because there are grains everywhere. So I would uncheck this and save it. So I have this with grain, and here is out. So I will delete the first one. Okay. So mosh again, crazy, save, save, save. And yeah, here you see there are really a big amount of crazy stuff over here. The great thing is, if you use Photomosh with real images, then you see the effects even better. In this case, where I use it as a graphic overlay, a lot of the effects are not that good visible because of the black background. But yeah, just try it and you will see that Photomosh is a great application. Okay, after that I've done this, I can go back to my Finder, back to my Pictures folder, inside the Wallpapers, and here I will create the Photomosh, like here. Martin Dörsch Photomosh images, or these I will call moshed. Then I need Dynaper and drag and drop. No, I have to drag and drop the images inside Dynaper. And now I have to say auto suggest time, because then the time will automatically be adjusted for these images, like this. The same again, save, not inside the color, inside the photomoshed and moshed, save, and export is heic, moshed, export. And this will take a time, I will say, because it's 19 images right now. Okay, now it's ready. Here's my heic image. I can close this. I can switch over to the second screen, right click, services, set as desktop picture, and see what you got. Okay, now you saw how you can create a desktop wallpaper that's interactive and changes over time. So for this you need Dynaper, and if you want really be creative, just look on photomoshed.com or buy the Pro version, because then you can work with photos, videos, higher resolution, and it's a lot better than the web version. But for the start, the web version is also okay. So that's everything I want to say right now for today. You see my system is getting better from every time I use it. Now I have great wallpapers, and that's cool for your creativity, and I hope you have learned a little bit and get your brain in speed on thinking on creative stuff, what you can do with Photomosh. So see you next time. If you liked it, give me a like and click on the subscribe button, and yeah, just let me know what you think about Photomosh in special inside the comments, and I would love to read from you. See you next time. Ciao, ciao.